Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks video. And today we have the first informations about an upcoming partial tree of the Russian tech tree. And yes, those will be rear turreted placed tanks. No, turrets placed on the rear of a tank. There we go. Something like the VKP or the Panzerkampfwagen 7. Or the mouse. And yes, this will be the first vehicle, the ISM. Before we dive into the stats we have right now, we'll have a short look at what will be, or if this tank is already part of the wargaming universe. And I have to say big thank you to Mitsutayo for telling me what exactly, that this tank actually already exists and it was a real project and not a fake project. Because I made like a smaller Wikipedia search, Google search to find the rear turreted tank projects of the UdSSR. I couldn't find anything. But apparently the ISM was a real project, as you can see here. And it is already existing in, well, you guessed it, World of Tanks Blitz. So yeah, and this is how the tank looks in World of Tanks Blitz. It has 7 degrees of gun depression and is a tier 8 heavy tank, but it has straight up bad armor. This place here is only 30mm thick. Then you have the whole upper front plate, which is 130mm thick, which is actually good. Lower plate only being 100mm thick and sides of 90mm. Overall, the hull is actually decently armored, except for the lower hull, only 60mm thick. The problem with the Blitz tank is its weak turret. And with weak I mean 100mm weak. So yeah, that's not a good heavy tank for tier 8. And this is also why in the stats we have right now we can see that things changed there. It looks like the whole armor will be even a little bit weaker with 120mm, but it will be all around. So also the sides will have 120mm of armor. But here comes the big point. The turret is 250mm thick, meaning this whole part here will be around 250mm thick. And if you know, or if you do remember the Liberté or the MX M449 tier 8 premium heavy tank of the French tech tree, you will remember that this tank has quite the good turret armor. Yes, the coupons are super bad and really annoying to deal with, but otherwise the turret is actually pretty darn strong, meaning it can reliably bounce tier 10 heavy tank shells. Obviously if those are normal AP shells and not APCR or gold shells. But yeah, otherwise it will, and this is the big point which just actually blew a little bit my mind. We first of all do not know if this will be a tier 10 heavy tank branch or just simply some tier, just 3 new Russian heavy tanks with turrets in the back. And we will see soon more information. But what blew my mind is that it's a regular tank and was just like, oh yeah, look at that, a rear turreted IS tank will probably be a premium tank. Who would have guessed? But nope. Apparently it will be a regular tank, which is actually cool. The hit points are a standard 1500. The speed is fairly decent with 35 km per hour. We do not know yet what its what's it called, its ground resistance are, and engine power. Those are preliminary stats, so things will be changing, and those are even not the full stats yet. This is just right now that we have the news that this is coming. Hull traverse speed sounds decent enough with 26 degrees per second, and turret traverse with 32 degrees, also darn good. Fuel range, obnoxiously bad for a tier 8 heavy tank, but usual for a tier 8 Russian heavy tank. But again, here comes the point, 120mm round armor from hull to side at 80mm on the back. This tank will be a beast at side scraping. Plus, the turret is also rather strong with 250mm of armor frontally and 140 on the side. Meaning, if we do a little bit of zoom and enhancing, I would say, yes, it has its weak spots, the cupolas, and please Wargaming, please do make this cupola a goddamn weak spot, okay? Are we okay with that? Please? because in the model of doesn't actually show that well, but I think in actually here it looks like it's not a weak spot, as it has 0 armor, and it's the same armor as those little things have. But I do hope that if Wargaming is introducing this tank, this will be a weak spot. Please give it around 140mm of armor. Make the same as you did with the Mauerbrecher. Don't give it too much armor, make it a real weak spot. I don't want to have a VK 100.01p syndrome. Okay? Are we clear with that? Good. Otherwise, I think with the gun, it's a 390 damage gun, standard almost for Russian tanks, let's be honest. 212mm of penetration, which is good enough. 240 with APCR, which is not. Well, it's actually pretty meh. 12.6 seconds reload time, 0.42 accuracy and a 3 seconds aim time. So yeah, this tank actually looks pretty darn interesting. When we look again at the Blitz model, and you can see that we will have mostly 120mm all around here and a 100mm lower plate. I hope so, and the cupola weak spot. But otherwise, this tank actually looks really cool, and I am looking forward to see which other tanks will be introduced, as there are quite some. Again, I don't know any projects, I don't know anything. I know that there are back-turreted tanks, like there is a KV4 project, I think it's called KV91. I saw it in a blogspot post, KV91 tank, maybe we can find something like that. And no, we can't. This is a tank with, this is a Swedish tank, which is also proposed for the Swedish medium tank branch. But I think if we go back to rear turreted Russian tank designs, World War II, we probably get into the Soviet Union turret. Yes, that's what I was searching. Again, I think this could also be part of a project, the KV91. From the, what's it called? From those technical drawings, you can see it has quite the frontal armor. Not sure though if this will be a really, well, rear turreted tank, as you can see. It's hard to tell. I think this should show, can we, what's it called? No, we can't do zoom and enhance here. Let me do it like that. If we can do some zoom and enhance. Hello. Why is zoom and enhancing not working? There, because I'm retarded. I'm not smart. Yes. As you can see, yes, this is a rear turreted tank. It looks like those things here. Yep. This is a ball bearing. It shows that this will, from afar it looks like this tank will not be able to turn its turret. It will be just a TD. But if you go closer, you can see that this tank has a ball bearing here and here, indicating that this tank has a fully rotatable turret. And yes, this tank is actually an interesting project, as I was reading up on the blogspot. It has all its crew members. Oh, I'm sorry for that one. I just knocked over my water bottle. It has all its components laying in the hull and all its crew member being seated in the turret. And as you can see, it has super awkward shapes. From the side it looks like a box, but from up top you can see that it's all the way rounded. Like, it really looks like a bullet in my opinion. And yeah, that could be also a part of those upcoming tanks. Would be interesting to see. Otherwise, I couldn't find anything except for another KV4 project. But yeah, we already have the Object Force 16 and the SDG in the game. So yeah, those tanks won't be coming to the game. Otherwise, if you have any infos, let me know in the comment section below. I think the people which are watching this video do not know about those tanks will be eager to see anything like that. Otherwise, yeah, I am not saying anything against the new tank tree if it's made well. So make this a weak spot, make the cupola a real weak spot. You can actually see that the turret is, it looks kind of different from what we see so far. The turret doesn't look like, this turret makes a shape upwards, as you can see, like a little bow. This one doesn't, it looks more flattish. So I think the cupola will be actual part of the damage model and will be a weak spot. And yeah, also what you need to note, but I think this is, yeah, it's not really that important, but this tank is called ISM, while this tank in World of Tanks Blitz is the IS-2H. So yeah, still hard to tell if those will be the exact same vehicles, but I think this will be another vehicle, just because of the name. It's already declared differently. So yeah, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.